Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as for the title guide, the Dusty of the day is none other than Stephen Jackson. I think that's his name. And to be honest with you guys, I had absolutely no idea who this male was. But after I came across this clip, I think I saw on the screen that that was his name. You guys can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But I wanted to talk about this male because I'm not really sure why black male has convinced themselves that by them coming out here and getting married, that is more than a commitment than having kids with women. That is something that personally I would never truly comprehend. Why does this male feel like you getting married is more of a commitment than you going and having kids with someone? Because even though the law say in some places 18, 21, we already know that's not necessarily the case because once you allow yourself to get impregnated by one of the lowest hanging fruits of society, unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to be in each other's life for the rest of your life, whether y'all want to or not. Nonetheless, I know that we can't necessarily expect anything much from the lowest hanging fruits of society because these male thought process is so twisted if you're asking me. But nonetheless, once again, another black male coming out here, and regardless of the preference, in my opinion, this woman here would be considered to be a preference. But these male, regardless of what they continuously come out here and say that these women, we already know the little dusty narrative that they continue to run with. These women are feminine, they're fit, they're submissive, they're non-combative. At the end of the day, I have told you guys, I have shown you guys, regardless of what these males tend to say, at the end of the day, every woman that are delusional enough to give these men access to their energy, to their time, to their womb, we already know at the end of the day, literally every single group of women continue to get the same dusty result. This is why whenever they come out here and be talking about these preferences, these preferences, that, personally, I think it is comical because at the end of the day, like I said, in every one of these situations, these male are always the dusty common denominator. Nonetheless, guys, this male decided that he was gonna go and sit down because we already know the lowest hanging fruits of society, they seem to be obsessed with podcasts because it seems like this is where these male are really able to come out here and tell the universe how they truly feel about the woman that they're in relationship with. Nonetheless, listen to what this dust bucket here had to say about him ultimately calling off his wedding because his preference refused to sign the prenup. Listen to what he had to say, and then we will come back with more.
Wedding was getting ready to start, and I had been telling her 2 months before we was going to Texas, look, I'm telling you now, you need to sign this prenup because I'm telling you, don't try me when I get there. You're not going to dictate how I take care of my mama, my sister, and all. I know what you up to, and by the fact that we going through this, it's showing me a different side of you because we never had these type of conversation. And with still my heart, a month is a month. We're getting ready to go down to prepare for the wedding that week. She still hasn't signed it. So I'm like, look, bro, I'm going to embarrass you in front of all these people. Don't do it. While we back there getting dressed, we had a nanny at the time because we just had a daughter. I'm telling her, talking like, man, go get it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do this. So she keeps going back, trying to pull her out. And my sister's in the room because my sister was in the wedding. So my sister's in the room. So all her bridesmaids are telling her not to sign it. Telling the girl, they in the room with my sister. So my sister walked out and just came in where the men was and just basically told me what was going on in there. So I told her to go back. So to go back, and I said, and I talked to Steph and them, and, broke down for a minute. I said, start crying for a minute. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I'm glad I had my boys there. They was like, bro, you can't do that, bro. You work too hard. Like, it's something up, you know what I'm saying? So I called it off. I ended up wasting like close to $400,000 on the wedding. Just wasted, and we end up just, partying, and our relationship never been the same since.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard him mention his pick Misha's sister because at the end of the day, again, I would never have the mindset that you being married to someone is more than a commitment than you having kids with someone, because let's just say if there's a marriage, there's not necessarily any kids involved, you guys can easily get divorced, go your separate ways, but you can't ever do that with kids. And I truly feel like the reason why these male has convinced themselves of that is because we already know these male for themselves, they have repeatedly been coming out here saying that they only love the kids to the extent that they love the mother of their kids. And considering that these males, they literally despises themselves, we already know by extension that means that they can't necessarily like anybody else, right? So this is why, one, I don't understand why any group of women who have their five senses, they even entertain these male. And two, why do these women continue to give these men access to their womb, where these men repeatedly had came out here and say they don't like kids, they don't want kids, but somehow we have these delusional women still coming out here risking their life, going 9 long months with these little demonic entities seed inside of them, only for them when these women do come out here and request even one single penny, we already know the first thing that the lowest hanging fruits of society are bound to say, you're a gold digger, because he just mentioned about his sister going into the men's room and telling him, and this is when he decided that he was going to call off the wedding, which I think is quite interesting because upon me going into the comment section, even though this male is coming out here talking about how he was so adamant that she had to sign this prenup, otherwise they weren't going to get married. But after all of that, he's coming out here and being so braggadocious about that. You would think that after you calling off the wedding, that will also be the end of your relationship with her. Absolutely not. Based upon what I saw within the comment section, this man, after calling off the wedding, he went and impregnated her twice. But again, we can't ever put all of the blame on the lowest hanging fruits of society, because these women, they know precisely who these men are. These men have told them, they have showed them repeatedly. But like I have said over and over, these preferences be thinking that somehow they have these magical vajayjays that are going to make the lowest hanging fruits of society act right, which is something that I think is wishful thinking on their part, because the only time a man is going to come out here and act right is because when he want to do it. Ladies, y'all don't have these magical vajayjay that y'all think y'all have that are going to make the group of male for them to be decent human being, for them to be good husband, for them to be good father. At the end of the day, y'all are the one that continue to walk down these little dusty path, because why do you guys be expecting so much from these male when these male have told y'all over and over who they are? Nonetheless, I also wanted to bring a few comments on here for you guys. So as y'all can see, this first commentator said she was definitely plotting. We already know this is a dust bucket, because I have never in my entire life seen a group of male that has absolutely no resource be so concerned about women utilizing them for this non-existent resource. This Dusty Hair responded by saying, truly, she had a plan. This other Dusty says, so did her friends. This one say, he may have lost 400K, but he still millions leaving her. This one say, I know she hate that she listened to her friends. This one say, I 100% support prenups. If you don't like what's in it, ask for modification. Simple. This one say, I don't see what's wrong with signing a prenup. I'm all for it. This Dusty Hair responded by saying, that's because you're a great woman. XP volume about your character. I think it is so interesting that the lowest hanging fruits of society will continuously be coming out here talking about it is so difficult for them to find a good woman. I can assure you, women, when they're looking to be partnered up with men, there's so many amazing, successful, beautiful, intelligent, articulate women out here. But it seems like these women, they can never find a good man. So the audacity for the lowest hanging fruits of society that provides absolutely nothing, not only to their own little dusty life, but to any woman life, be coming out here talking about that's because you're a great woman. Dust bucket, shut the hell up and go to your mom basement. Nobody cares about what you have to say. This one say, he waited all the way up to the wedding. and we're supposed to feel bad he wasted all that money. Sounds to me like he was just being delusional. This one say, I agree with him 100%. This one say, I'm in enemy territory because I think she is the one who dodged the bullet. A prenup with your mother and sister in it and threats a bomb? Child, absolutely not. This one say, she was like, quote unquote, ain't no way he's gonna spend all this money on a wedding and not go through with it. This one says she would have signed that paper if she really loved you. Another dust bucket, right? This one here say he warned her too many times and she still let her quote unquote friend influence her. Shaking my head. Dusty here say his sister is the real one. This other Dusty say, but had kids with her. I mean, that's exactly what I was talking about, right? The lowest hanging fruits of society, somehow in their twisted, delusional mind, these males feel like having kids with someone is less than a commitment than marriage. Isn't that such backward thinking? This one say a prenuptial agreement doesn't mean men aren't going to have and make investment on the wife behalf. It means we won't let you wreck the foundation we have laid out for our future. This one say he tells this story a lot. You can tell it hurt him. This one say, why let it go that far? Sign before I book the venue or send out invites. No dress on till you sign. This one say he's been married twice after this, divorced twice, and is currently married. People need to start questioning him about his very old narrative. And that right here, I think is very interesting. He has been married twice and divorced twice. Don't you guys think there's something wrong with that? But this will be the same group of male that will be coming out here and saying that he's a high value man, right? These quote unquote high value men are average Dusty, Pookies, and Ray Ray. As you guys can see, none of them consisting any type of healthy long-term relationship. This one say, girl, 10% of something is better than 50% of nothing. This one here say, quote unquote, I'm going to embarrass you in front of all these people. Don't do it. And lastly, this one say, she wants any love. You need to be thanking God. Yet again, another dust bucket. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about yet again another dust bucket coming out here complaining about the fact that the women, they have continuously been coming out here rubbing into black woman face that are so much better. At the end of the day, these women are only with y'all because of the lifestyle that y'all can provide for them. And do I blame these preferences? Absolutely not. Nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. What are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.